Hi, hey, hello, and welcome to Power Word Play, a Dungeons & Dragons live stream where a bunch of lovely players must protect the Sword's Coast from the wrath of Tiamat. My name's Josiah Groff, and let's get into tonight's episode.
Lady Tiamat whispers, her children fly north. No virtue will stop them. Send the sins forth.
And welcome back. So, roll for recap is going to be our lowest tonight. Let's see what we got.
Interesting. Oh, you're not doing it anyway, so you're good. Okay.
If you can't read it, you gotta roll something else.
Yeah, I think I'm not sure. Well,
oh
Ramsey?
wow!
I think I do.
Natural fucking 20!
Oh shit.
No, I can manifest.
Are you happy about it? Because I can't tell.
That's
Like
very
it's.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Who's gonna do recap
It'll
tonight?
be me.
I wonder.
It's probably gonna be
We
me.
talked about this.
Yeah.
Did anyone else roll a 20 before?
Yeah.
I mean, I did roll.
Can anyone
I rolled
trump
a
mine?
2 anyways.
Oh.
But, yeah.
Who hasn't done it for a long time?
Me and now that Loren went last week.
Yeah, right, Eric.
I rolled the lowest anyway, so it's kind of only
It's meant to
fair.
be.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Okay, so we kind of ended off last time we were going to sleep. Yeah, I guess so. Rhaenyra's in her room. I was gonna say maybe she was flying on her broom, thinking around, but you know she is. So the hag's house is dark. She's on her broom. She's just kind of flying around, collecting her thoughts together. Man, what was that basket that Elias and Ramsey found? I mean, baskets normally hold food and drink. There was a flask. There's definitely a flask in there. And then Elias said there was a witch in there. This is weird concepts that I cannot wrap my head around. I'm gonna loop up to the second level. It's like, oh my god. And then Ramsey hit Elias. No, that was Ishif that he hit. Oh my god, that guy's temper. Something that we really need to keep in check. I mean, I did get to spear him, so there was a silver lining to that, wasn't there? Well, she's okay. I think she's better anyways. And it's safe in Elias's hands. I mean, Scree wasn't there, so thankfully, Elias is probably the best person, if not after Sola. Oh my god. More walking again. And now, at least Scree got a hold of us. I mean, Scree was, I suppose, holding down the fort at the hag's house. That was good. Is that Scree up there, making that noise? God, I don't even know. But that house, my god, if Ramsey's right with his sister, what she did to those people, for being a rival family, she sounds really fun and someone I'd really like to meet. At least Scree was okay and back at the hag's house, and Dar seemed in really good spirits in spite of the fact of everything horrible happening. Things that need to be fixed around the house. But my god, Ramsey was so mad when I brought up his dad, wasn't he? I mean, I've never really seen someone that quite good looking and tall, and he must have a lot of money. Why was Ramsey so mad when I brought it up? I think someone even mentioned he was married. Well, that's a problem for later anyways. Is that a light coming out from Sola's door? Don't hear much coming out from there anyways. Oh well, off to get some tea.
Oh, really? Thank you, Rhaenyra. Take an inspiration.
Thank you.
Amazing.
You know,
What, Darryll?
Take note, it's not like he is the most faithful of husbands.
Just because he's a bully doesn't mean he can't score.
Like,
side note, I did message the DM and was like,
oh, motherfucker!
I was like, people keep saying that he's married. I'm like, but why have we never heard of her? What's her name? And he was like, fuck off, I think is what you said. And I was like, all right.
I didn't have time to go back through the messages between you and me and clear it
It's
out.
written down somewhere.
I was like,
I have
me
it,
very
but
much do that. I was
it'll
like,
take me
okay.
some time.
I have it.
Yeah.
She exists.
Amazing.
She exists, yeah.
she exists. All right. So, let's get into tonight's episode. First off, Sola. Let me set the stage for you once more. Your room is currently extremely bright as all of these kind of gold and yellow colored symbols and circles begin appearing all over the room. They're all divine in nature and aligned kind of with not so much Lither Tighter perchance, but just like clerics in general, like some big cleric spell is happening right now. And it's all focused around a circle in front of you, where instead of that golden light is that black, inky shadow that just kind of bubbles and boils. And underneath it, now that you look, you can see just like a tinge of red here and there. Something swirling underneath. And what happens in front of you is, out of this inky blackness, you begin to see a figure appearing. Completely covered in shadow so that you can only make out just the general shape. They're on their hands and knees, facing towards you. And you can see all of this kind of golden circles in the room activate, just this pew, as this kind of like red energy begins to circle. And around a few of these symbols, something shoots out from them and towards the figure. These golden ethereal chains. And you can see them attach, one to the figure's right arm, left arm. You can see two to the ankles, and one to the neck. As those come into play, the shadows around the figure begin to slowly sink down and away, giving you, for the first time, a view of this creature. A red-skinned tiefling girl, wearing a black cloak, and what looks to be a tiara or some sort of crown around her forehead. Small, dangling jewels and beads move as she moves, and around her neck you see a heavy-set iron manacle with runes upon runes upon runes, all of them giving off this faint red light at the moment. As the last of the shadows sink into the floor, this figure that has not moved at all, you can see them shift a little bit, and as the last shadow sinks out, they come to life. Gasping, heaving. You can see them like holding their side for a second before looking up at you like, who are you? Where am I?
Who are you?
She looks confused. She looks hurt. And her vision, you can see as her eyes look around now, her eyes are just these deep set golden eyes with flecks of ivory and these different kinds of mahogany, kind of wood almost colors that float around. And yeah, as she looks at you, there is like a pressure. You feel it on your shoulders, you feel it on your head, almost that just looking at her is causing something, and not a good thing. It doesn't feel right.
Yeah, this isn't what Sola was expecting. Hi, hey, hello. My name is Sola. I'm sorry, this isn't what I was expecting. Do you have a name?
This isn't a punishment, or... This is real. She, like, kind of looks around and kind of goes, it can't be real. I can't. How could I? What were you doing? What are you trying to do?
This is real. I tried to contact my deity, Lather Tida. Have you heard of her?
There's like a flash of recognition, like she recognizes the name.
I asked to bring a friend of mine back to life.
And for a half a second, it's like her face like shifts. The best way I can describe this is if you ever seen, like, there's this scene in The Flash where he like kind of like does like this when it's like looking in every direction, and it's kind of like that. But you hear a voice in your ear, Sola, and it says, I think we should run.
While that happens, that's when I hear that.
And you hear another voice pop up like, I don't like people. And her face like kind of like looks at you.
It's all right. You can trust me.
You're a friend of one of mine. You must be one of Eon's friends, correct?
Yes. Eon Tinker. She was my friend. She was who I was trying to bring here. Do you know her?
Yes. Yes, that... Oh my god. Yes, I know her. But it's a bit of a long story. At this moment, Sola, how did the mark of the purple dragon manifest on you?
On me?
Yeah.
It gave me a purple left eye.
Okay. That is going to be flashing right now.
Okay.
You feel like a dull ache. Ramsey, Rhaenyra, under your dragon marks, similar thing begins to happen. Waking you up from your sleep.
I'm so sorry. How do you know Eon?
We have a complicated relationship, but one I can talk about right now. Oh, that's good. she closes her eyes for a second, and you see underneath her that swirling kind of like darkness, more little bursts of like that red energy kind of like bubbling up before seeping out the sides and disappearing into nothingness. This place is safe for now. It feels good to be back. I can explain, but she kind of like looks. That will stay in place for now. That's fine.
I didn't make those. I don't know how those came to be. I'm sorry.
It's a part of the condition, which I can explain. And once again, you see her face shifting fast in every direction. You hear her voice scream out, "Iris!"
And Sola will grab Iris and hold her gently. Iris is here. Is that Eon? Eon?
It sounds like Eon. She comes back. She's being pulled out. I don't have enough power to create a body for her. If you have any friends, they need to come now.
Okay. And Sola will message and to Ramsey. Ramsey, wake everyone. Please come to my room immediately.
What's going on, Sola?
I did something. It was maybe a mistake.
Oh, okay, I'm sure it'll be fine. Yes, I'll collect everyone and be down in a moment.
Faster.
Oh, God. And I go and start just down the hallway, banging on all the doors.
Okay.
Sola did something again!
My arm hurts.
Funny enough, so did your...
Burning, look at it.
Yeah, mine...
Sola did something?
Well, yes.
She always does things.
No, well, mate...
Why are we screaming?
What's going on?
As the four of you like kind of congregate in the hallway, you can see further downway just light blasting out of Sola's room, and what looks to be in front of it this small rat that's just sitting and staring at it, unmoving.
That's weird.
Is Sola in there? Is that normal?
Breathing.
Sola?
Sola, are you okay?
Do I hear
Go over to the
You do.
Yeah.
The door, and you all see and hear this array of divine circles, all of which shining with this bright gold and red energy, and Sola standing in front of this figure that Ishif recognizes.
What?
I recognize her right away.
Sola, can you... It's very bright in here.
I don't know how to turn it down.
What?
Oh.
Is it coming from your shirt? What is that?
Waking up the horse.
What
The fuck
is that?
Ooh.
I'm going to rush up to her.
Okay.
I'm going to rush up to her and just kind of hold her a little bit.
What?
Evelove, are you okay?
Oh, Ishif!
What did you just say?
What the hell?
What?
What the hell is indeed?
I guess this is the last one then.
Well, maybe? I don't know.
What are you doing here?
Ask a friend.
Comfortable? Sola. Have you met the Evelove?
What?
This is the first time. I prayed to Lythertida.
You've prayed many times before.
I know,
never...
but this time things were different.
Why is she shackled? Remove her.
I don't know. I can't. I don't know what these things are.
It's not her. I'm not... okay. To make it clear, my... Ishif, where we've talked before, is my prison. It's a place deep in the outer realms. In the 9th layer of hell. In the citadel that its king calls home. It's not your friend's fault. She was just... We need to make a deal, a pact. We need to trust each other.
Sure, whatever. To get you out of these chains, that sounds like a great idea.
I prayed to Lythotida. She must have opened a portal to you.
Or
something. I was trying to bring Eon back. I'm so sorry, everybody.
You are. This is the Everlove.
If there was one person who could do it, it's kind of me. And I'm not in the place where my power is shackled. Well, ironically, my body is, and some of this is, but I can maybe do something here. Okay. Alright. Her soul, Eon and Ishif, and all the sisters that I know are pieces of me. My most fervent chosen, who were alive during the times of troubles. If anyone has proficiency in history or Arcana, they can roll a history check. Or Arcana check.
You're funny.
Would I get advantage on this one? No.
No.
21.
21? Okay.
19.
19. Okay. For this, I'll say you both know the times of troubles as essentially the most chaotic time for the gods in recent memory. A few centuries ago, the gods were ousted of the outer realms, where they call home, and forced to inhabit the material plane, either taking on an avatar or assuming a mortal's body. With the 21, I'll say the details of this time are difficult to find. There are some recollections that say, or kind of keep track of how the gods shifted in position during this time, with some dying and some being replaced. Yeah, I'll say that's probably what you get with the 21.
Okay.
The Everlove looks to you all and just goes, after that time, the King of Hells tricked me. I was just a minor deity. I was all I had domain over was passion. The most fervent of passions. Mostly individual, as when you get really into stuff, and I mean like really into stuff, you don't even have time to schedule things for other people to help you. But you do have time for me to come by and say hi, so I did that a lot, and they were thankful. But the King of Hell had a different deal to make. He saved me from death, from destruction, and offered me a place under him. Safety. None of the demi-lords had faced any serious troubles under his reign. They were functioning on the material plane like they were in the hells. I just wanted to live. So I said yes. And so he put me to work. With one long-standing plan surrounding a god I suppose that you're familiar with, she says, looking towards Sola.
With Lifer Tida?
Yes, I was tasked with individualizing or soloing out Lifer Tida's passions. He said that it was too much for her, and she couldn't handle the amount of soul she had to rejuvenate while also keeping the in-between place moving. He said that souls were getting stuck, and I saw it. They weren't going to where they should be going, they were stuck. And so I helped him. I separated the two deities into Lifer Tida and Ferentide. But I didn't know that he would do what he did.
You hurt her?
No, I didn't mean to. She just seemed so sad and alone, and that felt really empty. But then Asmodeus took Lifer Tida and the cycle of souls, and he claimed them as his own. He used it as a power for the war and the hells, and caused so much hurt. And I couldn't do anything about it.
Couldn't or wouldn't?
Enough now. She did her best. And it sounds like your Lifer Tida was having some trouble doing her job. We can't always
I don't
predict
believe
the future.
that.
Did her... Your deity, shall we say, is in league with the father of lies.
I wouldn't say in league.
It's not like she wants to be. Listen.
Do you still work for him?
There is just like that pressure that I described on Sola just like doubles. Everyone, you feel like gravity in here just got heavier. And there's just like a faint shaking as she just goes, I never will serve him again. If it requires me dying and wasting away in that pit, I'll do it, but I have a chance here. And you want Eon back, and I want her back. It was part of my plan to have them live. They're a part of me. If they're gone, there's nothing left. There's nothing left.
Ramsey, you feel weird about this too, don't you?
Well, I prayed to Lifer Tida, and in spite of what you might have done to her, she still opened the gateway, so there must be some good in you. I believe you. And two of my best friends also believe in you.
Thank you.
Prove it. I want to speak to Eon. And just Eon.
Okay. I'm gonna trust you that this isn't gonna bite me in the ass. You see her body just go taut as she begins to shake, this red energy beginning to just seal off of her as she screams. And she shrinks. Her body physically getting just a little bit smaller everywhere. But for you, Ramsey, your nose picks up the difference. Looking up, you see that tiefling girl, now with just smaller bangs.
Hi, short stuff.
Eon! And Sola will rush forward and, like, embrace Eon.
I should say she's still...
Yeah.
But she just kind of looks around confused.
I am so sorry.
We're here, Eon.
Eon, it's us, your family.
It doesn't feel right.
I know. I just have one question for you. Can we trust the Everlove?
She looks at you and there, in that small little face, is Eon. And she just goes, I mean, I think so.
That's an Eon response.
Eon, we're doing everything we can. We're coming for you. We won't give up. Don't you give up either.
Her eyes close, and you see just that before that red energy just emanates off, steaming off, and you see the Everlove back like.
And Sola will let go. And kind of
I'll slowly I'll just put a hand.
Okay.
Not yet. Not quite yet. Thank you. That goes a long way to swaying me. And I'm sure the rest of us, but... Sorry, Sola, how long will this last?
I have no idea. I've never done this before.
How do we free you?
She goes, your friend here has opened up the soul to come through back to the material plane, which is good. My body is not strong enough to be separated from her. It is weakened in its current place, stuck in that plane that he put me in. So while I'm going back there, if I bring her back, I don't feel like I'll survive. And that kind of defeats the purpose of all of this. Sorry, but Ish, if I'm gone, you go too.
That sounds like a bloody terrible idea then.
We don't want that.
And Eon. And a few others, I think. Do any of you have a way? A place for me to go?
You mean a body?
Oh, it'd have to be a really strong body.
I have an idea. Where's Scree?
Do you want to
Do
explain?
you like roommates?
If he's on the first floor, he's not available at the moment.
What? Doesn't Scree have to with the angry lady in it?
Oh, I do not think that is a good idea
They would
at
get
all.
along so well. For sure, everybody loves the Evelove.
That, or we just got the...
Kaboom! Big kaboom!
I mean, don't knock it until we workshop it a little bit.
That, or we just got this flasky thing.
No.
It's just...
Her
we're looking
eyes
at
kind of
all
like look
options.
up at that and like they kind of flash. That's an iron flask.
Pretty cool.
I may be just weak enough that could work.
It's currently occupied.
Something very bad will come out. is
We
the
could
thing.
fix that. That's not a problem.
I knew we were supposed to open it!
See?
If we need to fight whatever's inside, are you able to help us?
Look, if we can get me in that thing, I can use a little bit more of my power. I can get Eon back, and I can. Oh, her eyes kind of like flash as she looks to Ramsey, Sola, and Rhaenyra. She goes, "Oh, that's very good. It might be way easier than we thought. The three of you have her blood. You have her packed. Oh,
We do.
oh, this. Praise be. Oh, thank God. We have a chance here. Let me. What is inside the flask? Small one.
How would you describe this? Like a...
It's an infernal witch.
little witch, thing?
I would describe it as no match for us.
That's it?
I mean, it nearly
Really,
destroyed...
you're almost on death's doorstep at the moment.
Correct.
We've had a really bad day. I don't know. We haven't really gotten into details, just... Yeah, we are not at our strongest right now.
I, at my strongest, was a full-fledged demigod. And I don't believe that this witch can cast a flame to me.
Okay, well...
Give me one moment, please. I scooch everyone out into the hallway. Just as I'm closing the door, just one.
You'd hear, as it coming off, like, we need to have a plan. And she just goes, fuck, in her, like, lowercase voice under her breath.
She's pulling at our heartstrings. I have never prayed to a god who laughs and smiles that much. And suddenly, out of nowhere, after seemingly appearing as our friend, no, my sister Eon, and then now suddenly she's this confident little child with a weird crown on? Ramsey, what is happening?
She wasn't appearing as Eon.
That was Eon?
That was Eon.
That was Eon.
Her scent, the rhythm of her heartbeat, everything. It was Eon.
But opening this flask and having this chained up god, I don't understand, Ramsey.
Wait. Instead of putting the Everlove in the lamp,
Carry on.
what if we put
The witch in the lamp?
in the lamp?
A whole lot of,
Exchanging
Crazies.
of people.
Scree hops in, Scree pops cork, Scree hops 60 feet out of the air.
Didn't you hear though? The Everlove is so confident
Just
that we can take the witch.
yes.
She is incredibly powerful.
I love your enthusiasm and your confidence. The problem is that again comes back to was in league with the father of lies, the king of the hells.
Everybody
being that
lies
came-
sometimes.
this close to conquering the material plane
Yes.
and turning it into a hellscape.
Though we could argue about the relative terribleness of that, but Ramsey, please. We need to just do what she says. Everybody, please. I thought you were the ones that wanted Eon back. I don't even know this woman. This is your opportunity. And how long will your god allow her to be here?
I don't know.
She doesn't have infinite patience, Sola. This is your opportunity. If you miss it, you might never get Eon back.
Foreshadowing?
Which one's Oh, shit.
Professor, you are completely impartial to this situation. What is this being, and should we trust it?
That is true. I'm going off of some very light context clues right now.
We've been out here for 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard of the Everlove before?
You can roll a history check if you'd like.
No, I do not know what the Everlove is. I've never heard of this, seen of this, but the gods and the deities, they have their own agenda. They have their own plans. Ramsey, she could be doing any number of things to trick all of you into thinking that this is who you think this is.
I prayed to Lyther Tida. Lyther Tida brought her to us.
That's true.
Do you trust Lyther Tida?
I trust her with everything that I am and everything that my...
This is my conflict, is that
People are-
Sola and I have prayed to our gods, and they have rewarded us for our service, justifiably. This god I have not seen in practice, and I cannot get over the laughing and the smiling. I'm sorry.
The problem is no one
Excuse me.
has.
No, you absolutely have seen her in service.
No.
You've met me.
And in Eon.
You can trust her.
I opened the door to Sola's room. 1. Are you a devil? Answer me truthfully.
Everlove, forgive me in this. Sola has 1 spell left.
Zone of
She's
Fate.
going to cast something.
Yeah, you are. You fucking.
You know, funny story, I actually took this spell this morning a long time ago because I thought we were going to be in for an RP session with a whole bunch of nobles. And oh my god, was I wrong. But here we are. Zone of Truth comes down with Sola's last spell slot.
All right.
A level 2 Zone of Truth.
Is it charisma? Is there a save for Zone of Truth?
There is.
There is. However, if you are true, you could choose to fail that save. As I am choosing to fail it right now. If your name is true, then you know that, as the Everlove, when you make a vow to someone and you love them beyond death. We love Eon. And she trusted you. And we want to trust you too. But maybe we just kind of need to hear you say it under a Zone of Truth spell.
Yeah, she nods.
4 minutes.
She just agrees. Actually, she's just gonna let that go. She's gonna let it go.
So choosing to fail it.
Yeah. She looks at Ramsey and she goes, I am a devil, but I wasn't always. I was once an Archeon. An Archeon, sorry.
And if you could be restored to that, would you accept it? Would you choose that?
She kind of, you see her just not really responding, but she goes, if it was possible. But to be redeemed, you must be known. And you see her kind of like shifting. At this point, you can see the collar looks bigger.
As in it has grown since she came here?
Just a tad. Yeah.
Okay. I think our time is starting to run out.
Not like it's getting loose, but like it's covering more of her neck.
Sure.
It's getting longer this way.
Well,
Go on.
if it's being known you want, you're in luck. Because you have the best little marketer ever on your team. You should see this one talk to rich nobles trying to get money out of them. She could do the same for you.
It's true, really.
You guys, sorry, go on. If you had something to say.
No.
I think our time is short, you guys. We need to make a decision. I say we do it against all logic and good sense.
How do we free you?
Okay. Well, once I have space to go to, I will use what little energy I have to reincarnate Eon's soul right back to maybe how she was, or, well, if I can make her a little sturdier, maybe I'll try.
She was a little squishy.
But she'll be the Eon you knew. No memory of anything but her last time with you.
Would you like to know?
Yeah, kind of. That's why I asked.
Okay. And so to do that, we need to open this.
Open this, we take care of the creature inside, and then it'll be free.
Okay.
Balls.
We had a short rest, I'm sure.
Did we? Because I need to know for sure.
If you want, you can list off a short rest. Go for it.
Cool.
If I want to.
We were half asleep. That was a short rest.
Yeah.
You
There you
know,
go.
Yep.
we got 2 sorcery points left.
That is important for me because it gives me a couple of channel divinities.
That might be important. That might be important.
Because I don't got much else. Let me tell you.
I can do some more things with a short rest, so. Oops, I did an oopsie.
Okay. You ever love, we'll look towards Ishif, and she just goes, this might sound strange, but you're, the one that I'm the most connected to right now, and your power is what I'm most connected to. So would you mind if I borrowed some back temporarily?
I think so.
It won't be permanent, I promise.
Such bizarre behaviors, oh my god.
Sure. How can I help? I have the worst headache. I'll try and focus.
Just hold on to my hand.
But
Yeah. It's warm. And your hand catches on fire
Ah.
with this purple flame. And she just kind of like, okay, I'm ready.
wait. Know this. If you do not hold to every single bit of our bargain, you will stay imprisoned in that bottle for all of eternity.
Oh, now we need to do something else first. Use the word contract. In front of all 5 of you, a piece of paper appears. Reading through it, you quickly... Well, if you can read Infernal, you can read it.
I can.
And it is very short
I can't.
compared to other demonic contracts you've heard of. And it, from what you can tell, has no subsections, no extra parts. It just seems to follow what you've agreed upon today.
Works for me. We were going to do it anyway.
Yeah, okay.
Well, if Eon trusted Everlove.
Pull the cork.
Okay. I'm trusting you all.
Here we go, everyone.
Preparing the hex.
Then I'll transform.
Okay. Popping up from... let's do this. Popping... So first of all, you pop the cork.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just this slow stream of smoke.
Tip it upside down and smack the bottom.
No, it's better if you hit the side.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't really do anything.
Do you have
Smoke
a
coming
butter
out.
knife?
Yeah.
Just give it some time.
And everyone in here feels the temperature in the room rising. 5, 10 degrees. It feels like a warm tropical day when it was a fall day in
Are we
Waterdeep.
on planet
Wiping
Venus?
my head,
The
I'm
gravity is weird in here.
Cut along my forehead and just ice starts to form down around me.
Suddenly, the smoke into this explosion of fire and flame, and you see walking out of it a figure. A woman with fiery red hair that is literally on fire. Orange skin with these dark burned areas that seem to have never healed over. Her fists, these just rigid looking, rugged looking kind of hands that seem to burn and crackle with every movement. Her eyes have this fury to them, but also a cold calmness. You can see her cracking each knuckle, just little mini explosions of fire after each one. You must have freed me. Elemental Harris of Fire, alive again on the material plane. Oh, it's been so long since I smelled this air, and will burn this earth. None of you shall walk without feeling my fire. And the Everlove just goes, oh, shut up. And from both of her hands, tiny purple circles appear. And you see on this person's chest a purple circle of fire burning her, as the Everlove's just looking intensely as the fire, you can see she goes, she's screaming out, unable to put out the fire. And she cannot. She's just looking at the Everlove, and she runs up to her. You can see her grabbing out these 2 Shimtars before the Everlove just puts her eyes, locks them, and she just crumbles to the ground. Almost like her body is too heavy and she's just burning, writhing a mass of this ash and flesh that explodes.
Impressive.
Well,
Sola is like holding a bell up that she had summoned above her head, like was ready to snap, and is kind of just like stunned.
Yeah.
Nice. So, the flask.
Okay.
I know.
Use this flask.
Okay. Alright. The three of you that made that are tied to her, come into the circle. She looks to Ramsey, Rhaenyra, and Sola.
Sola
I'll shift
doesn't hesitate.
back down.
You walk in, a third of it lights up. You walk in, a third of it lights up. Rhaenyra walks in, a third of it lights up. Until the entire circle is alight. And she goes, alright. I won't be around when she comes back. You'll take care of her, though. This is good. This is good. This is the right step. Right step. Oh. And she takes one gigantic breath in before, again, you see her body beginning to grow this red energy. Her size also growing from this childlike body to like a medium-sized creature. 5'7", 5'8", now 5'9", filling out this red tiefling girl, her face morphing, shifting. Can I get the three of you to roll a d4? Four. 1.
3.
8. Okay. Eon's soul. Not visible in this space, but you can see a light coming out of the Everlove's chest. And as it grows brighter, her body continues to shift until it stops. And now here, her hands, that's a little bit too tense too.
She strangles you to death.
Put it back in the bottle! Put it back in the bottle!
But now, kneeling in front of you all as the golden circles around the room each begin to fizzle out, is Eon Tinker. Eon is only wearing a cloak. And you can see her kind of looking around very confused. Sola? What's going on?
And Sola will just like drop the flask, totally forgetting about it, and will rush up to Eon and pull off her cloak and throw it around her, and also embrace Eon again. It's okay. We're here. We're at the Higgs house.
Is the Everlove in the flask now?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, you would have watched the Everlove's essence kind of melting away as she gives the last bit of her energy to Eon. And you can see just a little tear falling down her cheek as the cork flies across the room and back into the bottle.
I'll gingerly pick up the flask.
Keep that safe.
can't believe you're back. I can't believe it worked.
Where? What happened?
It's a long, long story.
And like Rhaenyra's like gonna like tear up for the first time ever and just Eon, I'm so sorry that I wasn't there for you to protect you like I should have.
Totally were there. I remember you being there.
I was. It just wasn't fast enough.
None of us were.
Oh. Your eye.
That actually just happened a couple of hours ago. But it matches you. It's purple.
And, Eon, these are our new friends. They're kind of part of the gang now. This is Ishif. You guys kind of are like sisters?
Not like you and I sisters, like actual sisters.
Yeah, I've been staying in your room. Your stuff sucks.
But she's wonderful, I promise, once you get to know her.
I don't like her.
Fair.
She's like that if she didn't like me at first.
You know what? I've been to the Everlow's house there.
And anyway, and this over here,
Cool.
this is Elias. He joined us just
Yes.
recently too.
Today.
Right, I guess that was today. Oh my god.
Oh my god! Oh my god.
Today.
Why is the sun not rising?
Pacing.
We're like,
It's been a day.
we're super tight though. It's cool. It's cool. You can trust Elias too.
I've heard a lot about you. I haven't been in your room.
We still have
Good.
Iris here. You still have Iris, don't you?
Yeah. Look. Iris is still here too.
She like puts her hands out, and Iris like climbs up on her shoulder, and she just kind of like gently pets the creature.
Corny has been keeping her company.
Oh, very good.
Yeah. What do you remember?
Were you inside the Everlove?
That's a weird way of putting that.
Well, it probably is quite accurate, actually.
No, I was with you all in Two Hills, fighting Grimspitter and Lelea.
Right. Something terrible happened. Eon, you saved Scree's life.
Where's Scree? Is
He's here. He's probably upstairs still.
okay.
You saved him. He's safe. But because you did that, Grimspitter and Lelea, they turned to you, and Lelea cast a spell that turned you into. Is the bottle of ashes still there?
Yes.
Turned you into just this. But we defeated them. Grimspitter is gone. Lelea is gone. Gone for good.
And you're here now.
We're back in Waterdeep. A lot's happened since then.
How are you feeling, Eon?
Really tired.
Are you hungry?
Yeah.
You've been gone for a while. There might still be some leftover egg.
Okay. Egg's good.
Yeah. You guys, can you look after Eon? I'll be right back. And Sola just like bustles out to go and get some food.
What happened to your goggles?
I don't know. What happened to my goggles?
They might have disappeared too.
Oh,
They
can always
look
make more.
You look so odd without them.
Kind of hard to see.
Ramsey, this is real, right? I'm not dreaming.
Kenzie.
I walk over. Sit down in front of Eon. What did you say to me after I gave you that letter?
I don't remember. I feel really bad. I'll need to look.
I don't know. I'm so
like
dizzy.
Eon.
I'm so dizzy.
Something
About your daddy or your parents' issues, family.
That is what he was
Being a
always
problem.
talking about.
You said I left. Now, I'm listening to their heartbeat, if there is one.
Mm-hmm.
Is there one?
Yeah.
I'm watching their eyes, their breathing, their heartbeat. You said I left. And I promised you something that day. That I would never leave you again. I failed. We all failed you that day. I am truly sorry. We had a lot of trouble going on without you. Turns out that the one person who wanted nothing to do with people was the glue that held all of us together.
Someone needs to be cautious. You guys like to throw your lives away.
We do.
You are more than right.
But thank you. I'm really tired.
Sola comes bursting back in. She's got like a dozen different plates and bowls and stuff, and she just like puts everything around you. Look, we've got some leftover egg, and we've got sausage, and we've got some pancakes, and this was the turkey that we had. And here, have some of this.
You see she kind of reaches forward, her hand outstretching out of a cloak. Her arm is thicker than you remember it being. And there are markings on her skin that were not there before. Symbols. Runic.
I'm gonna like hold out my arm. Like, look at you, little one.
Are you strong?
Remember when you had like those fists on and you were a little bit stronger like I was for a little bit?
Yeah,
Like you, she was stronger than you.
Well,
She kind of like looks around and you can see her kind of like she takes off one of the coats and uses the other one as kind of like ways to check different areas of her body. And she is covered in runic glyphs.
Wow. You got some sick tats wherever you were.
Similar to the ones you noticed on the Everlove's manacle, I would say.
Elias, can you make any sense of those?
Immediately, they look quite bad.
Yeah, want to roll Arcana?
I do, yeah, I really do.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, it's a 14.
Okay, 14.
Actually, I want to use inspiration. I want to know more about this.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Can I donate inspiration?
That's so funny.
Not in this economy. 14.
One inspiration per day.
May I have some more?
Please, sir.
Elias, these glyphs are divine in nature and extremely complicated. Like, you're getting pieces of things from looking at Eon's arm and the sleeve there, but you're not able to get any kind of info off this, unfortunately.
I would need to, with Eon's permission, of course, I would need to investigate them further, try and piece together, but they give me a bad feeling.
Let's give Eon a moment to gather your bearings. And I promise you haven't touched anything in the shop.
There's things you definitely should have been touching.
Oh.
She turns around and walks out the room and immediately starts walking to the
shop.
The shop. Her cape and nothing else floating in the wind.
No, you were right. That's definitely Eon.
No honesty, no
She's
shame.
a little
No awareness.
taller than you guys remember her being.
I look at the two of you,
2 inches at least.
and yeah,
Sola will run after her and with the cloak. So try and pick her up. We can go to the shop if you want to. That's fine. And follow.
Okay.
Well, good night then.
not so fast. I have several questions.
All right. I feel like somebody should have talked to you about this before now, but you go ahead.
Well put. Well done.
So I'm gonna leave these two alone. I'm not sure what you're gonna do, but I'm gonna make sure that Sola's not bothering Eon too much. So you're in the room with her, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
But I'm just gonna stand aside, essentially like a parent, and just kind of just watching.
I'm
The
gonna
door?
stick with these. What the fuck?
Okay.
Sounds good.
The door to the shop is locked. So
Eon.
Eon would.
on the door.
Yeah.
Knows where I hid the key.
Yeah.
She knows how to open that door.
Walks over, stomps on the 3rd floorboard.
Yeah.
It opens up.
Yeah. Tilts the frame.
Yeah.
Breaks the fucking lock off. She was like,
kept trying to break into that. That's how you do it.
It was screen-proofed. We
Yeah.
made sure.
But she kicks it open and walks through and gets to work extremely quickly. But
First,
Yes, Ramsey.
when it comes to the Everlove, have you ever known someone to come back?
Like in the sense that Eon just did.
Very much so, yes. Because as much as that is Eon, that's not Eon.
Right.
She is taller. She has, well, a quip phrase that Eon used to always say, she's strong. They were much smaller and daintier and more, well, I'm sure they still are very mechanically inclined. So you hear crashing going on. As you can hear, I'm going to pay for that later. Have you ever heard of anything like this, where you currently are a subject matter expert on the Everlove? Eon never really spoke much of them.
Of the Everlove. So I might have misrepresented my understanding of the Everlove just an extreme amount.
Really?
I have met the Everlove about 2.5 times. So this being one of those times. So yeah, first time for me, but you know, She seems happy. I think.
Let's put a pin in that. My second question. You will be responsible for that flask, will you not?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Need to figure out what to do with it.
Do you understand what exactly we have actually done?
No. But I do know it's not done.
No, but I wholeheartedly agree. What we just did is the beginning of something.
We most definitely need to get the Everlove back into the material plane, to her full capabilities, fully unshackled, Lord of the Hells.
Oh, that's a lot, actually. I don't know about that.
See, that the last thing you said is the part that worries me the most. Not only are we currently dealing with Nor, the dragons, now we are possibly dealing with the Lord of the Hells and all of his agents.
Kinda makes sense given Beelzebub and his
Tiamat.
Tiamat and
Well, as much as they tend not to work together because they can't stand one another, but I am trusting you here. If you vouch for your god, I will listen. I may not always agree or follow you on it, but I will listen. And don't fuck us.
deal. Ditto?
Fair enough. It has been an exceedingly long day, and I need to go make sure Eon doesn't blow something up. Too late. Nevertheless, I think you need some time to gather your thoughts on everything that has just happened. For God's sakes, you just met your god again, but in the flesh.
She's more of a sister.
So many more questions.
I think we call those God issues in the business.
Inspiration.
God issues?
Inspiration. Just take it. Gaudy issues.
Gaudy issues.
For what it's worth, the Everlove has been reaching out to me most of my life, and I've always told her no, and she's never been pushy. And when I needed her, she was there. And she's never lied to me. Never done anything but encourage my passions, which I suppose makes all manner of sense now. So, I mean, how bad can you be if you're God of passion?
How bad can you be if you're imprisoned by the King of Hell?
I imagine that the King of Hell would imprison all kinds of good beings.
Yes, but this is a particularly powerful one. One that he might actually want to check up on.
And possibly predates him. All I'm saying is just be careful.
Ishif, do you have a safe place to keep that flask?
On me. You're not convinced.
No.
I'll think about it some, but realistically, the entire continent is currently not safe. And there is no chance I'm leaving her behind anywhere. So,
Fair enough.
me.
Well then.
Shall we all go see what we have brought upon ourselves downstairs?
I think I'm just gonna go to bed. Now. Right now. I'll be alone. Eon's room.
Oh, I was waiting you at that bit.
Well, if it's any consultation, Eon never really spent any time in here.
Got that impression.
So it's really your room.
Oh, right. It's
As
not
long
getting
as you
weird.
want.
I thought you were all sisters. Why don't you want to see her?
I'm happy she's alive. It appears she's got a good family around her. I have never met her before. And nor has she met me. She doesn't seem particularly interested.
That's just her. She takes some time to warm up to people.
Well, regardless, no ill will or anything towards her, and certainly I want her to be alive because her being alive means the Everlove is stronger and I'm stronger, and so I suppose you will all need to take good care of her. I suspect that I won't have much of an opportunity to get to know you. But perhaps we can talk about that.
Agreed. In the morning?
Yep, good night. Da, 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 da. Just hum to myself.
As you walk up, I'm still like in the doorway. Ramsey, look at, well, I mean, what used to be our two little girls. I mean, one's still little, trying to help, but our medium-sized girl now. Look at them go.
Standing back, kind of like, how mad is she?
I mean,
Yep,
typically
that's
what
my
I'd
fault.
expect. Sola, maybe we should leave them to their devices now that
I don't know
Ramsey...
what's going on in there.
Eon is currently like a bat out of hell, basically going from different stations and assessing them for damage. You can see her throwing like some glass beakers into like
Multiple
I-
blood cultures
I
that
just-
were left too long in the solution.
yeah, that
It smells.
it smells bad. It's
I've
gross.
Been away.
It's...
Oh gosh, Dar's gonna have to help clean all this up. That's okay. He needs a job.
Oh, yes.
That's all right.
Please stop. No, I just...
Smells.
You've got this, right, Ramsey? I'm gonna go see how Scree's doing. Let him know of the good news. Our sister's back.
Sola,
Hi, hello.
did we do something wrong?
Lots of stuff.
Good night.
Yeah.
Should we have brought her back?
I've wanted nothing but this ever since we lost her.
I feel the same. It's just... I don't know if I could go through losing her. Or, to be frank, any of you. It's just a lot.
Then let's not.
Agreed. No more rash decisions?
No promises.
Ditto.
Okay. I guess.
Better stop before she... Eon, no, just, it's fine, we'll deal with it later, it's...
And then me and Scree on my broom go up to the window and like I'm pointing at Scree and Scree's like waving through the window at like Eon.
Ian like kind of goes over as she's like throwing pieces of broken glass on the floor in her rage. But she and Scree kind of like say hi, and the two NPCs talk and hug each other like they are real.
Doesn't roll through.
Yeah, you're fucking down. Listen.
They are so happy. They are. So
Oh my god, Eon, you're alive! Scree.
Wow, it's like we were there with them.
Hi.
Sola will bring.
What was it like being dead? Anyway.
We don't get to hear that answer.
No.
We're all patiently.
Yeah. But it all kind of goes off
Yeah.
into the distance.
Rhaenyra hears, but no one else.
It fades into a montage, and we can't tell what was said. Sola will bring pillows and blankets and stuff to Eon. And in between the breaking of stuff, Sola just says, "You should probably rest sometime too. All of this can be replaced. Because it needs to be. It's really stinky."
Actually, some of it can't be replaced. That's the problem.
Blank. Okay, well. But we're so glad you're back. You should sleep too.
Don't tell him we took the money out from the floor.
I'm glad to be back. And she curls up on the floor on a blanket with broken glass surrounding her.
It's under one of the tables. Is where the bed is. That is.
Yeah.
And Sola will kind of just like tuck her in, and then like kind of like sway as she like walks out the door because she's so tired. And we'll go to her room too.
I'll sit down in the big wing-backed armchair in there and just watch.
Actually, yeah, Sola's gonna come back with her own blanket and pillow. She wouldn't sleep in her room.
Yeah.
And the same thing, like Scree and Rhaenyra also can't sleep. Well, I don't know about Scree, but Rhaenyra can't, and she's literally just like hovering around the window, like watching
Oh.
Ian.
Yeah.
Have fun on the floor, everyone. I'm going back to bed.
Thank you, Elias.
Enjoy your glass.
We shall.
Ramsey, as you are closing your eyes and passing off into the realms of sleep here, you hear a small flapping of wings and smell of familiar demonic entity.
I'll
You
deal
guys-
with you in the morning.
A tiny little imp makes his way into the room and rests next to Eon. Ishif, anything else for you tonight? Yes.
What's going on outside?
You take a look. It's a relatively calm night. The city recovering from the morning of attacks. You see a few patrols walking by. Not a lot of people. Emptier streets.
Ishif is in the room that was supposed to be Eons. And she does sleep. Kind of fitfully. And hugging that flask, not letting it out of her grasp. And she dreams of her parents as she last saw them, but well and alive. And I imagine she would wake up early in the morning and just remember them and pull out her notebook and draw their faces, draw the sins, draw the ever love.
You find a nice small bonfire in the distance, lit, the smoke rising into the sky, and you are just filled with that feeling that, like that smoke, you could kind of go anywhere right now.
I'd like to find my own family. And she'll make her way very quietly outside, leaving a small piece of parchment on the table where the Sins like to have the breakfast. And traveling north, I'll start making my way towards my vengeance, but carefully, because I have precious cargo. And see where it takes me.
Thank you, Isha. And with the chaos of the night, none of you, I say, will notice as Ishif slips away. Onto this side of the table. Anything you'd like to do before the night ends?
I'm just going to... I guess I'll wait until Eon has fallen asleep. And then I notice that Ramsey, he's staying awake, probably watching her, dozing in and out.
Yeah, just
and make sure that Sola is like fastly asleep. And then I'll drop off screen or whatever.
Yeah. He's like, I can fly too. I don't even need to drop off.
Okay, shh, they're sleeping.
Oh, fuck. Sorry.
Okay. And I'm gonna
Good night.
take off my necklace again with the scales on them.
Yeah.
And I was like, do a little prayer. I didn't AI this at all. As I should have, or ChatGPT'd it.
Proud of you.
But just like I'm just like, there's just like confusion in my head. And it's just kind of like that was my first time summoning, like my god, that was my first time ever doing that spell as well.
Yeah.
And like it was a huge sacrifice. So all I'm gonna do is take my necklace and like cut my hand and have blood and just like silently prayer the entire time. And it's like really, it's just like giving thanks and being grateful. So not only for the diva, but, and I know that my god had nothing to do with this, but just grateful and thankful that Eon is back. And just like blood just streaming down the entire time, but I'm assuming nothing happens. But knowing that they misheard my prayers.
Yeah, I'd say your god is one that values personal sacrifice for what is good and what is just. So those kinds of appeals to her.
Well, and it's like begging for forgiveness because like seeing Eon back in person, like I like the guilt that I feel that I just couldn't save her, although she's back. But it's just like so sorry and guilty for what had happened in the first place.
That feeling sits with you for a second or two as the blood you hear drips onto the stone pavement below you. As you look down, a little light catches your eye as the holy symbol of Thamus on your armor just catches the moonlight in a way that makes you pause and take some attention to it. It gives you peace, reassurance. You are walking the right path.
I'm gonna fly back up to Scree. Scree, I don't feel like being alone tonight. I'll just sleep on your floor. Okay, great.
Catch the mouse.
It's like,
Fucking die. Two of you fall asleep on the top of the bed, or on top of the roof.
I guess.
Yeah, on the roof.
No, he's got a shack.
He's got a little shack, yeah. Elias.
So Elias goes back to his room, and he's already started to like kind of unpack into the room a little bit, sort of get settled, and he gets back to what he was doing before Ramsey pulled him out of the room for all of the shenanigans that ensued. He pulls out this little small notebook from his bag. You can see inside the bag there's numerous of these exact same notebooks all labeled 147, 148, 149. He pulls out the one labeled 150. And he opens it up to a blank page. Writes entry number 1. And before writing anything else in the book, he begins to unbutton the sleeves of his shirt. And he pulls up the sleeves and you can see it's dark veins along his arm, like a purplish bruise kind of trickling down, almost like spidery webby. And with like a tailor's measuring tape almost, he goes methodically to measure each web along there, the width of it, the length of it, every single one, and then he moves to the next arm, and he moves to the legs and the back and the chest and the neck. And it is, if there's anyone watching, it would feel cold, methodical, medical, almost like an examination. And for each measurement he takes, he writes down a number until the whole page is filled with these. And underneath that, he begins writing observations. The blight has begun to grow faster, longer. Measurements progression has increased more than expected over the past few days, perhaps overexertion of the subject. Nearly dying twice will do that to anyone. Hypothesis. Need to work faster. Perhaps this group will be able to assist. From what has been observed today, there may be a lead. But time will only tell. Closes the book, returns it to its spot in the bag.
As you do so, can you make a con save?
Yeah.
Ooh.
A 7.
You feel something in your throat beginning to catch that itchiness, and you have a coughing fit. And as you kind of look, you cough, your book still kind of open, as this black purple blood just splatters on the page. You take a look at it. Do you have prestidigitation?
Did I actually take prestidigitation? I did, yes.
I was
Okay.
gonna say, nope, you took mending.
Yes, yeah.
So I assume you wipe that
Yeah.
off and kind of
Clean it off.
move it off and close your book, putting it in its space in the shelf.
Hands are like shaking. Everything, trying to still myself before. Going to try and rest and hopefully recover a little bit for tomorrow.
Okay. Finally, Sola, your night, your day has been exhausting. More so than you've felt in a very long time, since maybe 2 hills.
Yeah, Sola, after setting up Eon's bed under the table and waiting for her to fall asleep, she's got her own bed parked against the wall near the door in a place where she can look at Eon, and she sees her sleeping. And she's kind of in a bit of like disbelief that all of this has happened and her friend was gone and she wanted her friend back so badly, and it finally happened. And she thinks to herself, we all have been so busy and have had so little time in between all this action. None of this would have been possible without the help of Ishif, and we hadn't taken the time yet to get to know Ishif properly. And Sola feels a little bit of guilt that everybody cared so much to see Eon back, and that Sola noticed that Ishif had kind of stood away from the rest. But she is so special in her own way, Sola knows. And she never made the effort to get to know her yet. And she closes her eyes and feels a little bit of peace because she knows that in the morning she can set that right. In the morning when she wakes up, she's going to go and ask Ishif how she's doing, if she's okay, to let her know that she isn't forgotten about just because our old friend is back, and that she still has a place here. And Sola promises that she'll make her the best egg she's ever made. And maybe over breakfast they could talk about their past or their families, where they came from. That was never something that we had the time to talk about. But Sola would like that a lot. She falls asleep, thinking about questions she could ask Ishif to get to know her, like she should have.
And as a pale-skinned tiefling woman, free of inhibition and fear. Left the city of Waterdeep as the sun began to rise in the morning. Everybody take a long rest.
Oh my god.
What's that? I don't know what that means. How do I do it?
Yeah, can you explain that to us, Josie?
Yeah, it's where you sleep. Go to sleep, all of you.
Oh.
And not in like the go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep way.
My god.
Not to you.
Wow.
Jesus.
Sorcery points.
Oh
Okay,
no.
my HP's messed up. It's not steady.
Oh, poor Sola when she wakes up. Oh.
Oh, wow. As much as I'm like, that was really good. I'm like, that's almost like a kind of good place to stop for tonight. Yeah,
Let's stop early and have a drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
this is a kind of heavy one, so let's take it. All right, everyone. Well, thanks so much for joining us. Have a great rest of your night. See you next week, and hi, hey, hello.
Fuck, guys, that was good. Damn.
I don't have a character sheet.
Fuck you, yo.
I don't. This is the old one. And she's strong
It's deactivated.
Oh shit, really?
now. I need a new one.
Yeah.
I don't know my character. I have no idea. I don't know who she is. I don't know what's new about her. I don't
Imagine
know.
this is this is Eon 2.0.
It's freaky.
I'm gonna
Things
go in
may
and
be
change
different.
some of your stats right now.
Wait. Before you do that,
Yeah.
can I duplicate her or something? I kind of don't want to lose.
Like the OG Eon.
Yeah,
Why
or
not
like,
just create a new
The OG on.
You can create a new one if you want.
or just like print, like, because I think you can just print it off or something. I would like to
You can
keep
pr-
a version.
You can
of
save a
this.
PDF of it.
Yeah, do you want to do that right now and then let me know when you're good to go?
Loren, do you know how to do that?
Not off the top of my head, no.
I think I could.
Isn't it when you go to manage and it's like the
Yeah,
last page?
create character.
It's like an
Yeah.
export to PDF.
Good shit.
Will that work on an iPad?
Or you can email it too. You can share it to yourself.
You didn't have a site, the Infernal Witch.
Nope.
Thank God. I was looking at what I had. One spell slot.
I was like, does acid breath work on them? Because we short rested. I was like, I can
We'll
do
find
that.
out. No, didn't work, didn't work, didn't
Oh, I made it work.
So Elias has no idea what this means, but you got an entry.
I got an entry.
Yes.
You're listed.
Ooh.
Oh.
So
Kenzie doesn't know what that means either.
Eon, when I first started her, she had this interesting thing. I gave her a mechanic almost like in the DMG they talk about minions basically, or like companions to your party.
Mm-hmm.
And so as I wouldn't speak to any of the sins, and then as their points went up by interacting favorably with me, then it was like I would speak to them, I would trust them, I would kill for them.
Or it would be like negative points if we like pissed her off.
And then it's interesting because I mean Eon has some passion, she's likes blood and stuff, but like when I was really thinking about like would Eon come back, who would I be, like Eon's obsession is you guys. And
it's gonna make me cry.
No.
so
that's
there's
okay.
like there's no scenario where she wouldn't come back to help you with everything that's going on, and so that made the decision for me, even though I'm going to miss E-Shift.
We haven't seen the last of E-Shift. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
E-Shift's coming back for sure.
Yeah, like
No way.
At some point, we're going to do a one-shot, which will be E-Shift and her new crew.
Nice.
oh yes,
Oh my god, that'd be so fun!
yes.
I love
And
that
you'll all
idea.
be versions of the Everlast.
Maybe.
That's crazy.
Maybe.
Oh my gosh.
Be like Ocean's 11.
Yeah.
Did you save the PDF?
Well, I don't know if it's saved. It's
Okay.
here.
This is your choice. Eon's stats, as they are pretty rough. I'm going to read them out so everyone has an idea. 9 strength, 10 dex, 12 con, 16 int, 9 wisdom, 11 charisma.
Not bad int.
I'm not even maxed on it.
She was really squishy.
She was
really super
she was
squishy.
extremely squishy.
Yeah.
She has some serious problems, and I had here's what we're doing to rectify. When I made you roll those d4s, that was
Cool.
that's for adding some things.
Oh, good.
Man, I
I'm
should've
glad.
Hired.
I need 4. You
So,
I got a 3.
Janelle,
Can I
Okay.
re-roll? Can I use an
inspiration.
Can I use an inspiration?
you
on
can
my
add 8 ability points to your scores.
Oh shit, that's pretty damn
really
D4? Can I use an inspiration?
No.
8 is
Guidance.
8 is
Guidance.
Sometimes when I ask random dice rolls, you just gotta, maybe it's worth it, maybe
That's-
it's not.
Oh,
Who knows?
Why is that
That's
the
hefty though.
Yeah, 8 would do a lot.
I didn't
like,
lie.
Yeah.
Like right now, I'm wearing. We're gonna have to talk about it because I think right now I'm wearing like the headband of intellect
Yeah,
and
so
stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what I. Well, I think
We
all the
still have
magical items.
All of
Yeah,
your
we
magical
have-
items would have stayed.
Yeah.
yeah.
And so we sold a couple of them, but we have the
Yeah.
headband, we have the cannon, we
Yeah.
have your multi-tool.
Cannon.
You can.
I can use my
Multi-tool, yeah.
cannon some
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
Iris is back.
Also, you can change out your ability score improvements that you picked at 4 and 8.
Okay.
And you can choose to change what levels you took in Whispered. If you want to go full Tinker, you can. Is kind of what I'm leaning towards.
Sorry.
Yeah.
What was that last one you said?
I said if you want, you can change like your multi-class too. Like you can just drop it or switch to something else. But we can talk about that more.
Yeah.
It's a whole new Eon, folks.
Well, I mean, she's fucking right.
Yeah.
So.
Like you're a wizard.
Yeah.
Are you a wizard?
Yeah.
So okay.
The idea, for this one is just with your added ability scores here, you can kind of rebuild her
Yeah.
to kind of make it a little bit more
Like adaptable.
Yeah, I will say, just as a lock-in, your con is now 14, so it will take 2 of those points. So you'll have 6 to move around.
Okay.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you could bump up your dex significantly. You could cap your intelligence. There's a few different things that you could burst up. And I do know you have some very RP choices for your ability score and things. So I wanna make sure that's good while also kind of building this as it is. So
Right. My infusions. It's been
Yep.
so long.
yeah,
My cannon. Man, I forgot I had a
Boomstick.
cannon.
Yeah.
yeah. Holy shit,
Arcane
guys!
Firearm. And am I leveling up to
11, yeah.
Level up to 11.
Yeah.
So I also get to take a level and I get to restack everything.
Yeah.
Wicked. I have no idea what I'm going to do. And for the record, I had no idea what I was going to do until the moment I said it.
That's
Tonight.
crazy.
Like Ishif was leading too?
That's crazy.
Holy shit.
I could feel it happening as they were talking and like interacting with her, and I was like, oh no. There she goes.
It would have been so hard though because Eon wouldn't have just like.
Yeah.
So then you would have been playing Eon.
Yeah. You gave me a DM, thank you. So everybody gets an inspiration.
Yay!
Hey.
For that, so add your inspo. For bringing back a teammate. That's an inspo.
Yeah, that is easy.
Yeah, now. I'm gonna miss now. Now I have to divine inspiration Ishif.
7 days, motherfucker.
The timing was kind of horrid because, like, I mean, it's fine and everything, but, like, it was kind of horrid because I felt like I was just starting to understand who she
Yeah.
was and what was interesting about her.
Yeah. And you just added this.
But sometimes that's just how it goes.
Sometimes
Right.
that's how it goes.
You get to know people just for a little bit of time in their lives, and then they're gone. But you enjoy the time you have with them.
I have a multi-page backstory we didn't get to.
Oh.
It'll come up again. It'll come up
Can
again.
we still
I
share
love
it too?
I love that one shot idea. Like that's
That's a
so
good
fucking
idea.
It'll
cool.
happen. Don't worry.
I would like to do a multi-shot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like 3 or 4.
Short
Yeah.
series.
I don't want to
Yeah,
see
me
only
too.
one more.
Next
Yeah.
time,
one session
Rosie
would be
needs a
enough.
break from
Yeah.
the main campaign. We'll figure something out.
Yeah, absolutely. Run something in
Maybe
the
you
world,
could
or
run